Alrighty. So I use Streamlabs OBS. So if you use something else, it's gonna be a little bit different. But here on Streamlabs, it's pretty simple. The first thing you want to do is go to your settings, go down to output, scroll down. You're going to click on browse for recording path. For me, it's blocked out because I'm actually recording, so it won't let me change that. But it's pretty simple. Once you click browse, the folder is going to pop up. It's going to ask you where you want to put it. This is important because most people have two drives. Basically, they have a smaller one for all of their actual computer stuff, like your Windows, your startup and all that stuff, and then they have the larger one, which of course they want all their stuff to be saved on. So you want to make sure that you select the actual hard drive you want your stuff to save on, and then of course name your folder and all that stuff. I simply just name mine podcast. And then you want to scroll down and recording format. I'm not sure how Streamlabs starts off originally because I started off on OBS, but OBS recording format was different. So when I tried to edit my videos on Premiere Pro, it was like, hey, we can't do that format. It was a pretty simple fix. I forgot what it was initially, but you can go back into OBS and convert the files and all that stuff. Easy fix. Make sure it's on MP4. That way you don't have to worry about that. So make sure you choose your recording path, what drive you want, name your folder, and then the recording format. Other than that, I would leave everything else alone on here. Just click done. All right. So that's basically it. I mean, we can go over the sources. If you want to add a webcam, that's going to be video capture device. This is also for the Elgato. So I use both of these, using my webcams and Elgato. So you'll click on there, and then we'll go over here to add source. So I already have some of my sources for my other scenes and stuff. But if you don't have anything, it should just say add a new source. But if you have something and you want to add something else, you're going to go down to here, this little drop down, or I don't know, this little toggle. You're going to click that. Name your device that you're going to be putting in. Add source. Brings up this window. Now, once you're here, of course, you choose, all right, I want to add the Brio to this one. So we're going to click Logitech Brio. It'll bring up the actual Brio if it's plugged in. You're going to want to choose the resolution, do custom. So it is a 4K. I don't recommend doing 4K. It's just a lot of memory. Just do the 1080. Also, the video's a little weird. Like, it looks really crisp, but it just, I don't know, there's something weird about it. So, do that. If you want to configure it a little bit more, you click configure video, and then another pop-up should come up. Where is it at? Did it come up? I don't know why it's not coming up. Oh, probably because I have it on something else. Anyways, it gets a little bit more in depth. It'll tell you to zoom in, or exposure and all that stuff specifically for that camera. But that's about it. I would click done. Add that. What is this? Oh, here it is. That's what I was talking about. So you want the brightness or blah blah blah. You want to apply it, or saturation. You want to zoom in, all that good stuff. You can do that there. Where is it at? I don't know which one it is, man. I'm scared, man. But we're just gonna go ahead and delete that. So basically, that's how you'd be adding in a camera. So it probably didn't do it because I'm already recording. Normally you want to do this stuff before you're recording, as far as actual seeing the image. And then some other stuff, you're going to do audio input capture this is going to be for the Rode or any other microphones you want to plug in via USB. But just add the source. I already had the Rode. Same thing. If it was brand new, you'd click there, name it whatever you're going to name it, call it blah, blah, blah. Add source. All right. Then if it's plugged in with USB, you see the Rodecaster shows up there. I have the audio capture. the Elgato, other stuff, and just click whatever you want. We're just gonna cancel that, and that's pretty much it. Another thing another thing you might want to check is the mixer. Sometimes you need to adjust this right here. Sometimes it's just monitor off. I think that's normally what it starts off at. For some devices, you need to put monitor and output, so that way you can actually hear. So it could be recording, but you're not hearing it, so you might be freaking out. You actually want to hear some of those items, whatever you have. Adjust this monitor output. I don't really use that one, but yeah, just either monitor off or monitor and output, so that way you can hear what's going on. Other than that, if you set your recording path down to where you want it, you just go down here and click the record button. And then, yeah, that's about it. Then when you're done, you click stop. Of course, going live is a little bit different. Let's see if I can record that one. Does it go live? All right, so I'm hoping, yeah. All right, so you click this. You put your title in here. Of course, I added Facebook and Twitch and all that stuff, but I think it automatically goes to YouTube, like one of the defaults. Of course, you can add your destination here. Let's see if we can do that. Add destination, blah blah blah. Add in the website, the stream key show, and then it'll bring up if it was Facebook, it'll bring up this one. But we're not gonna do that right now. Let's go back to the live. So every time you go live, it brings this up for all the different ones. This first one is YouTube, of course, because that's the first one I have. That would be my title right here if I played a rogue. If you want to add some more description, you just type it in there. I'm kind of lazy. I don't do that. I should. If you want to make an event or blah, blah, blah for YouTube, you add all that stuff here. Then we go down to the Facebook one. You can actually choose your page. So like me, I have, my actual Facebook link to it, but I also have the gamer page link to it. You can schedule stuff. This kind of keeps the same information as here, unless you click use different title and description, which is right here, or right here for Facebook actually. And then the same thing for Twitch. You choose your game. If you want to add tags and stuff, you use a different title than the very first one we added way up here, which is this one. But I kind of want all my stuff to be the same, so I don't mess with that. And then here, I added a Twitter. If I want to connect to Twitter, add that. And then confirm and go live. It takes about maybe 10 seconds. That might depend on your computer and connection. But for me, it takes about 10 seconds. And then I'm live. And then we'll close that. And then right here, this little part is where my chat comes up. I have one specifically for YouTube. And that one, it'll bring me to a YouTube link to where I can type back and chat with them. And then I have one that just says multi-stream and it has from everybody. Me, I suck at that because I suck at the games and I usually have to pay a lot of attention to the games. So I'm really bad at looking at my chat. So I do apologize if anybody does see this who does support me. Thank you for your support. I'm trying to get better at the game so I can pay attention to extra stuff like this. But yeah, that's about it for Streamlabs OBS. Oh yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I use images. If you want to add a freaking picture, add source. I added these because these are what I do. And this is a joke on that Applehead dude because it was supposed to be a weekly thing, but you know how we only do it like once a month or something like that. So I just called it the bi-quarterly Mars. And then my little divider that I added to look fancy. But I mean, it's self-explanatory. Name your image, add source. We're gonna browse for an image, pictures, and then oh, look at that one. Well, add that one, Mr. Eric Lee. But not just kidding. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is there anything else? I haven't really gotten into these widgets yet. I'm sorry, I'm a trash human being. I need to learn. Um, yeah. I mean, I did display capture to kind of record this. So, I have three monitors. So, add source, and then, it's the one we're at. And I don't know, they're the same one because at one point my displays were different. But we'll add another source, and then, my three displays. And this is my long one that I have right here that specifically put for the chat, but because I'm trash, is not utilized properly. Anyways, we'll close that out. I still got a lot to learn myself, but let's delete that. What are you doing, man? You're taking the whole screen, man. Nobody can see me, man. There's Eric Lee. We can delete him too, man. Love you still, but gone. Anyways, that is about how I set up my stuff. Yeah. Um, so I have my three cameras. I click record, and that's pretty much it. Yeah. Hope this helps.